tracking went really well.
Taylor crushed the drums in 2 days.
The main thing about drums this time was that Taylor's just really come a long way with his consistency.
Yeah, he's fucking good.
Taylor's a good drummer.
He's a lot more machine-like now than he used to be.
He's dedicated to his music. I think part of that comes from just having a desire and a drive. He just likes the music he plays.
I wouldn't say I did anything new, but there's a lot more of the stuff that I think made the last record magical. There's a lot more double bass.
It's amazing how like consistent his left and right feet are. Listen to those feet.
There's a double bass part in the last song. They come crawling back in the beginning of the song that I really like a lot. It makes me want to hit a wall or something.
We pulled out the Yamaha Recording Custom 24-inch kick that I have. It's real old. It's kind of just like this timeless classic bass drum sound, and I'm into having that, especially since so much of this music is influenced by stuff that was recorded in the 80s and 90s before people were sampling drums.
I grew up on a lot of 90s stuff, like Sepultura. Arise is one of my favorite records, and there's a lot of that in the drumming for sure, especially this record, a lot of double kick. There's a lot more blasting. There's even different kinds of blasting on the record.
And the snare sound too, you know, like a lot of people would be using small, really high-tuned snares for this kind of stuff. Whereas like Taylor had a pretty normal rock-tuned snare. The snare is actually one that I made for him. It's like a titanium shell that sounds really cool. He just digs into it hard, and a lot of people just have snare sounds all up here, just ping, 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 but it is more like a thud, 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 thud. I find that harkens back to Bay Area thrash records that we kind of grew up on.
His drumming is extremely like, crazy sounding, but it's very precise. I'll just say, if you put Todd and Taylor in a room, they'll figure out how to write a fucking breakdown.
I like mosh parts. Everybody in the band jokes about how much I like mosh parts.
Like those two guys, they know their way around a fucking breakdown.
It's all about how you get to it and how you come out of it.
Building tension and then having the right rhythm to come out of it. It's just like, it can sound fucking strong.
The tension that leads to the release for sure.
I think a lot of it has to do with Taylor's drumming.
Really, I end up playing drums to the song more than anything. I never really set out to do any kind of drum goal. I'm not a flashy drummer. I don't do a lot of crazy fills or anything like that. I just want to play to make the song as good as it can be.
On this record, we tracked drums first, then guitar, and then bass is bat and cleanup. The guitar tone is so important to the sound of this record that we need to find a bass tone that's not necessarily good in and of itself, but a bass tone that works around the guitars.
Live, I just turned the shit up and fucking hit the strings really hard. We could have been in here for like 3 hours, just like me hitting the open E and him like tweaking things.
So the bass needs to sort of conform to the guitar sound. The guitar sound has a ton of mid-range. You know, this bottom and this top to it, it's really like a super mid-range laser beam. So the bass is filling up the bottom end. There's kind of like a hole in the mid-range to make space for the guitar.
That's where Kurt's kind of like, I trust Kurt, because he's the expert for this stuff.
When I think about getting sound, I'm thinking about them not just in terms of frequency space, but a lot in terms of panning space. If you imagine like the audio spectrum between bass and guitar, there's like sort of companions on top. Then when it gets into the middle, the guitars are like really violent and saturated, whereas the bass is like more pulsing in the mids, and the guitars kind of thin out a bit as they go to the bottom. It looks sort of like an elliptical shape to the panning scheme of the bass and guitars, where the bottom end is filled in more in the center channel
and a little bit lighter in the side channels.
Kurt makes a lot of things really easy.
Tech doc.
I think being here for the third time, we kind of know the deal, I guess. We know what needs to get done and how to do it now. It's a well-oiled machine. Cannot be stopped. I love getting hammered and playing with nails.
First try.
Nice, dude. First take. First try.